Welcome back. Today we'll see the OpenMediaVault configuration in Debian Server. I have installed Debian Server in the Proxmox VE environment, and OpenMediaVault can be installed on the Debian Server. So here it's already installed, and the installation video I'll post in some other video to not to have the video lengthy. Let us go through the menu options and a sample of how I did configure a couple of USB disks attached to the OMV. Menu has several options like dashboard, system, workbench, date, time, notification, power management, schedule, task, update management, settings, network, storage, services, users, diagnostics. Let us check uh, into more detail in some of these menus. Under the general, there is a host name, so it's defaulted to localhost. I would change it to OMV. Debian as well. So it's asking for domain name. If you would wish to add domain name there, that can be done. Interfaces, proxy, so this comes under the advanced setup. Firewall rules can be added. So whether to accept or reject. So incoming connections reject option can be chosen. So I'm not choosing that at this point. If we change, there may be some issues. Here I have few disks attached, so a couple of them like STB and STC, whereas STA is 16 GB, which is a default storage drive for installing the OMV. The other two are the data drives. So I'm wiping individual devices by selecting each one of them. As they are wiped, now they are eligible for the smart settings. So smart I had enabled them. Check interval is 1800, so I would keep that default. Then power mode never is the option which is prompted as a default. Here is the explanation of what is never, and there are few other options like standby and idle. Here temperature monitoring in case of difference of 15 degrees or maximum 75 degrees to report. That is what the setting I had just given. Coming to devices, as we see there are 3 devices. Each one is attached in the SCSI mode. SCSI 0 is default storage drive for installation. 1 and 2 and so on, depending upon how many disks are attached, and the scheduled tasks can be done. Here let us go back to check one more setting here in case of smart. So I had enabled the monitoring control. and then use global settings for the remaining ones, and again choose monitoring enabled for the second disk as well. Click apply. I would leave the difference and maximum as global settings because I set the global settings earlier. Now, as both the disks have got smart settings enabled and are monitored, they show a stick enabled. Now going to the individual disk selection itself, starts a short self-test, can be configured like this. Hours, suppose if it is at 3 p.m., then I would choose 15 and then day of month star, Saturday. So Saturday 3 p.m. is the one timing it goes for the smart short self-test. Now for the second disk as well, I'm choosing the same thing. So both hard disk partitions have been enabled with a short self-test. For each time, the configuration need to be applied by um, confirming it on the top yellow part of it, whatever is prompted. Now going ahead with the creation of file systems, I'm choosing at this point ext4 and choosing the usage threshold as 95%. And tags, I'm choosing it as a PVE backup. Just trying to use this as a backup for PVE. Now applying the pending configuration changes. Now opting to create file system for the second disk as well. It's ext4. It would take a while depending upon the size of the disk for creating the file system. Usage threshold I am keeping 95% again. Now that the file system is created for both the disks, we'll move to shared folders. So at this point, I'm choosing PVE backup as a shared folder under the PVE backup disk. So I'm choosing the last option, administrator read write, users read write, others read only for the permissions. You may opt to give the tags. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Now going with the second disk, I'm choosing this disk partition to be used for one of the Linux distributions. So I would give its name to identify easily. So we can create relative paths as well. So I'm choosing the original disk file system having this relative path of specific storage for the Linux distribution, and I'm choosing the permissions same as before, and then added the tag, saved it. It asks for pending configuration changes. Going ahead with the save and by applying. Now going with the services configuration, NFS, enabling it, and the shares for NFS. So I'm choosing the Linux distributions shared folder, and then uh, going with the clients in local network, and permissions read write. Here extra options can be modified. No subtree check, insecure, RW, and sync are the options I chose, and then we can give a tag, click save. It asks for applying the pending configuration change. Now going ahead, doing the share for second disk as well. Clients allowed, I'm choosing the local network. Read write permissions. Now extra options changing to no subtree check, insecure, RW, sync. Applying the changes. rsync can be configured as well. rsync task, rsync server. These are the settings and modules. rsync is enabled with port 873. SMP CAFS is for the Windows shares. Of course, SMP works with the Mac OS as well, and then other services. So setting up some default user as a OMV user and giving some password and applying to the tag. Now configuring another user named backup, giving password and the tag under groups backup and users. So here two users have been created. Now if at group level you would like to have configuration set up for anything, then we can choose under groups as well. Here are the permissions for individual users that can be set, whether read write or read only or no access for shares. I would choose read write for a backup. So whenever